Hello everyone, it's Bulldog1205, back to talk some blockchain gaming, and wow, we have some major news coming out of Gala this week that I absolutely have to create a video on. I'm actually a few days late getting to this, and I'm honestly astounded that news like this, coming from an existing leader in blockchain gaming, is somehow managing to fly under the radar, because some of this isn't just big for Gala. And it's not even just big for blockchain gaming. Some of this is absolutely huge for all of crypto across the board, as I really believe that gaming moves like this are what's going to onboard millions of people in the Web3. So we've actually got multiple things to talk about here. But let's kind of start with the biggest one, and I'll just let some of the gameplay footage roll behind me of some of Gala's existing games that I've been playing on my streams, things like that. So anyways, after Apple announced the NFTs will be allowed in games on the App Store, Gala decided to invest heavily into mobile gaming. So first they announced, these are all via Discord, the establishment of 2 new game studios for mobile blockchain gaming. One dedicated to casual games and another dedicated to mid or hardcore games. Then less than 16 hours later, they announced the acquisition of an existing Web2 mobile game studio that has over 20 million users. This is especially huge because they also announced the plan to convert current non-transferable assets in those existing mobile games, just the assets that everybody has that you can't really do anything with other than play the game. You can't move them out, can't sell them, can't trade them. Those are going to be converted into new digital assets. This means 20 million mobile gamers around the world are about to become NFT owners. Many will no doubt be owning a blockchain item for the very first time in their lives. These will be items that they already valued and spent time earning before they ever had any sort of trade value whatsoever. This is how you onboard people into Web3. And sure, there are certainly going to be a percentage of these players who just hate anything blockchain because they believe it's evil and they'll leave and refuse to adapt. They want nothing to do with it. But you're also going to have a lot of players who have negative views of blockchain but don't really understand why. Because they've heard the people that want nothing to do with blockchain and hate blockchain, they've heard their complaints, they've seen things on social media, they've heard the mass media talking negatively about blockchain, talking about NFTs, so they've never really had any motivation to dive deeper and push into anything blockchain related or anything like that to go beyond their first impression. But now, millions of people are suddenly going to have these digital assets in their game that they've already been enjoying. And if the transition is implemented well, they'll suddenly discover that, hey, this actually isn't so bad after all. I'm sure there's going to be some who simply don't care about the blockchain aspects, but they'll find it easy to ignore, see that it's not really anything evil, and just continue playing the game the same way they were before. And yeah, maybe that doesn't really onboard them immediately into Web3, as they don't really dive any deeper right away, but it does help plant the seed that this is kind of a normal thing, that adoption isn't that hard, that this isn't necessarily evil. So then maybe later on they see another Web3 project that they might be interested in, and their first instinct isn't to run the other direction and stay away from NFTs. So slowly over time, more and more people will then begin to accept Web3. And then I'm sure you're gonna have some players that are going to be just like me when I started playing my first Web3 game. So I knew absolutely nothing about blockchain whatsoever, but I started playing, saw the extra layer that Web3 brings, and it's almost like it ruined Web 2 gaming for me. It's like now all the Web 2 games, I don't have a marketplace. I can't go play that type of thing. You can't transfer anything out. There's so many things that Web3 brings, and there's gonna be people that fall in love with this. And I guarantee you there are millions of gamers out there who would love Web3 gaming, but they just haven't been exposed to the right situation yet or the right game yet that they really enjoy playing. What better way to expose those players than converting an existing Web 2 game that they already love and making it Web 3? I really think this is going to be awesome. Now, if we go back to that previous announcement I put up on screen, you may notice another part. They mentioned that this should be a nice influx of new users that will result in gas usage going up. This is because Gala more clearly outlined what they've actually already been stating before, and some of you will probably already know, but most people don't. Gala is running their own layer 1 blockchain. and the Gala token is going to be the gas fee for that blockchain. 50% of the gas fees will be burned to make the Gala system deflationary. The other 50% will be redistributed to things like node holders. They also dropped a hint that they're considering taking all sales that are denominated in Gala and burning those, making the system even more deflationary and providing even more value to the token. So a lot of good news here for Gala and token holders. And then another one of their big announcements, if any of that wasn't enough, they also announced that they just started a huge marketing campaign for Spider Tanks. Spider Tanks is one of their top existing games. I actually did a video on it just a few weeks back, and I declared Spider Tanks the top free-to-play blockchain game in existence right now. It's just a blast to play as is, and while the earnings for free-to-play players are really pretty small, it's still pretty awesome that you can actually go earn even if a couple bucks a week just playing a game that is already providing entertainment value. So that's an awesome setup. I'm a really big fan of Spider Tanks, and now we're going to see a bunch of new players that are about to discover it for the first time, as they are running a $1 million ad campaign on YouTube. So Gala is not only just spending to acquire new mobile games, new mobile studios, they're also showing a commitment to the existing games that they already have, advertising those heavily. So all of this news, of course, the Gala token has skyrocketed. It's up about 50% on the year now, and investors are pretty bullish right now with some of this news, with needing the Gala token for gas fees, extra burn sinks. It's going to be deflationary now. It's going to be very interesting to monitor the token moving forward, the founders nodes, which are getting some benefits. And then I'm also curious to see if they integrate any benefits from their mobile platforms into the Gala Gold membership that they already have. So Gala Gold is kind of like it's a lifetime VIP pass that anybody can go pick up. It's a one-time $50 fee. They've handed out all sorts of value with that, and continue to hand out values, exclusive NFTs, early access to games. So full disclosure, I do have a referral link for Gala. I'm not being paid to make this video whatsoever, but I do have a referral link. So if you're gonna go pick up a node, pick up a gold pass, or even if you just want to go play Spider Tanks for free or whatever the case is, I would appreciate you supporting the channel by going through the links at the bottom of this video down in the description there. That would certainly help out. So I would do a lot pretty quickly, but there's also a lot that we don't know yet. So they said they'll be releasing more info next week. We don't even know the name of the studio they acquired, for example. So I'll consider diving deeper into all of this as more news is released. Probably talk about it on some of my live streams. But even just as is, this is still so massive that I had to hop on, had to put together a quick video. I'm definitely curious to hear all of your opinions on whether you think this is the right move for Gala, and if you believe acquiring existing games like this is an effective way to convert gamers of various demographics into Web3. As always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and follow me on my socials down below if you want to join me as I push forward in my Web3 gaming journey. Thank you all so much.